The atmosphere already warming up here in this little ice arena here on the borders of Hampshire and next to the M3. And certainly these two teams are familiar with each other. Let's check on those teams lining up here tonight. Basingstoke Bison have Bill Morrison in goal. The youngster Andy Fields, only a 15-year-old, on standby. Rick Strachan, so influential on defence with a bullet-like shot. Andy Einhorn, the big defenceman born in Stockholm. And, of course, Brown, who came from Newcastle, Steve Brown, at the end of last season. Anthony Page, Chris Mabry, and, of course, Tony Redmond there, who's in his 43rd Benson and Hedges game for the club here tonight. And big Doug Sinclair, so popular with the fans here at Basingstoke. The line-up for the visitors, Bracknell Bees. I say visitors, they haven't come that far, but Mark Bernard and Dave Langford are the goalkeepers. I understand Mark Bernard is going to start. Matt Cote, who's played a record number of appearances for the Bracknell Bees. And newcomers there, Brian Pellerin and Dale Junkin, both forwards. Almiola too is a newcomer. We've already heard about Joe Ferriccioli, certainly an Italian-Canadian, and Peter Romeo the same. Well, there we are. We're just about to get underway. The referee, Matt Folker from Maple Ridge in British Columbia, drops the puck. And first in possession and away are Basingstoke, who wear the light colours. The white colours being worn by the home side here, the Basingstoke Bison, the Bracknell Bees, in, of course, yellow and black. And that's a familiar story. Of course, they do wear different versions of the colours away from home. But it's in possession now, and that's Rick Strachan slapping it into the corner. The loose puck knocked around behind his goal by Bracknell Bees goalkeeper there, Mark Bernard. Chris Brandt in possession. Knocking it up, and that's going to be it now. The official waving on, we thought would have been an icing call. The puck almost fired right out of the arena there by Bill Morrison, but it's kept in there by Bracknell. Number 10 for Basingstoke, that's Kevin Conway, their captain. Drops the pass there to Strachan. Strachan fires it up the ice. The chase is on for Doug Sinclair and the Priest. The icing called. We've been playing less than a minute. The action already frenetic, and Bob Carroll is alongside me. Bob, this is going to be something of an intense local derby.
Local derby being the word here as well. These teams know one another. They played 4 times against one another in pre-season in Benson Hedges competition before the start of this game. And they'll know what other players are doing, and they'll be expecting certain things, Tony.
The official there is Matt Folker from Maple Ridge in British Columbia. He tells me he's looked after very well here in this country at St Helens by Barbara and Bob Stevenson up there on Merseyside. Back to the action, though, here, and it's Basingstoke in possession here, but Dave Whistle holding in for Bracknell. A chance here. Oh, dear, Brum Pellerin didn't get a connection on that one. That was the best chance of the game so far for Pellerin. The long pass out, there's going to be an icing call here. No, it's inside that goal crease here. Let it go. And now Chris Brandt is trying to... oh, dear, the loose puck there, and it falls to McCosh coming away. 2-on-1 break here. Pellerin's on the left. Pellerin's going to get a shot away if he can. Great defensive cover as the puck's knocked down there. Away come Basingstoke. Knox firing it into the corner. They're going to change on the fly. The puck fired up the ice, but this is Mabry, and... it up, we're going to get a call here, and I don't think the officials like that. They're on the fly there, Bob.
Too many men on the ice. Matt Folka seeing that. The Basingstoke Bison in the middle of a change there. He caught him. One of their players touching the puck there, so they'll sit 2 minutes.
Well, the first power play then is going to go the way of the Bracknell Bees here, and that fast super change on the fly back far there on the home side. And you'd think, of course, at least they would have rehearsed that, because the referee was pretty sharp. We had Mike Folker last week with us up at Sheffield. He made a similar call.
He did. He's got his eye on the pulse here. Matt's done a tremendous job in the games that we've seen him so far, and he's got a lot of experience coming from the Western Hockey League back in Canada, and he'll be a tremendous sport ambassador.
That penalty being served by Tony Redmond, but here comes Bracknell on the power play. Bracknell in the dark colours, back to point. It goes the slap shot. That was vicious, and that was only just off target by Chris Brandt. Brandt nominally a forward, but goes back on defence on the power play. Bob will have a word about that in a minute, because he is influential, and there he goes again. Brandt is going to be the man powering in those shots from the blue line, Chris Brandt. Already scored 6 goals in Benson the Hedges action this season, and absolutely vital.
Jim Firechuck using Chris Brandt on defense on the power play because he's got that big slap shot, and it's a very, very key vital point when getting penetration in the offensive zone.
Well, nobody certainly on the Bracknell side has scored more goals in the Benson Hedges this season than Chris Brandt, and I just wonder how many of those have been on power play situations.
Well, one thing for certain is he's taking advantage of that big shot, and he's letting it go every opportunity that he possibly can.
Here we are again with that man, Chris Brandt. Untidy pass across there. Puck still coming loose. He's going to chase this. 16 for the Bees is Rob Stewart. Back to Brandt. There goes that slap shot, charged down. He's going to have another go. He's had already 4 shots on this power play. This is Brandt again. This is Stewart. Untidy play though there. That passing. Dave Whistle. Just under 30 seconds remaining on the power play, and the clearance from captain Kevin Conway gives Basingstoke a breather. They've defended in depth, but the shots were piling in there.
Bracknell doing a good job to get that puck deep into the zone and try and put the defensive box of Basingstoke deep down to give players like Chris Brandt that opportunity to get that big shot away.
Well, that power play counting down, and they're going to be back to strength as Redmond comes back onto the ice there. In fact, it's Chris Chard who served that penalty in the end for that too many men in the ice, but still the puck is there, but eventually the danger cleared here. This is Redmond, number 20. Chris Chard is going to chase it round. 77 for Bracknell Bees is Shane McCosh. Our statistician Gordon Wade tells us just one of the many shots fired in there was in fact only one on target, and really they've got to do better than that if they're to succeed. But here comes, away goes Basingstoke.
Interesting comment. Bracknell Bees only getting 1 true shot on the Basingstoke net throughout that power play. They've got to create scoring opportunities, especially when they're on a man advantage situation. Jim Firechuck will take note of that and explain that to his players. They must try and create more opportunities with a man advantage.
Well, it's going to be a tense battle, but these two sides have met 10 times in the Benson Hedges competition up until today over the last 5 years, and Basingstoke have won on 8 of those occasions. And this time it's into the net, and the man I think that put it there was Butchis, going in off the skate of the goaltender. That puts the visitors Bracknell Bees in front. I think that Butchis will claim that goal, number 39 for the Bracknell Bees, but the goaltender Morrison was certainly at fault.
Wade Butchis, he always has a nose for the net. Bill Morrison coming around on the short side there. Can we see a skate? It just leaves the side of the post there and allows that puck to go in.
Well, an unassisted goal going the way of Wayne Butchis, and that is 5th goal in Benson Hedges competition this season, and the Bracknell Bees are in front, and I think for some of the fans here, that, Bob, is a little bit of a surprise.
Well, it perhaps creates a little pressure for the Basingstoke Bison club, but nonetheless, I mean, it's got a long game and there's plenty of hockey left to play.
Well, Wayne Butchis, but here the breakaway, this is Maybury, but out of his net and diving on the puck there comes Mark Bernard, and the referee doesn't seem to like that one too much.
Mark Bernard not taking any opportunities or any chances in that situation. He just jumps on it because he knows none of his players are around. And Chris Maybury, the Basingstoke Bison, he's right on top of him there. No chances whatsoever. Great play by the goalkeeper.
Soccer-style goalkeeping down at the feet of the attacker. Mark Bernard from Hamilton, Ontario. And, the 27-year-old former college all-star, and he's been playing for Rochester and Baltimore before he came over here. Face-off then to the right of his goal, to the goaltender's right. Men back on point. 41 is Brown. This is Conway, failing to hold possession. But here is the influential Chris Brandt for the Bracknell Bees. He loses out. Conway gets it out. Chard with the shot. Miscues. Conway creating the opportunity. Chris Chard perhaps should have done something there. He's got 4 Benson Hedges goals this season. That maybe should have been number 5. Referee letting that go. This is Redmond coming away with a puck and firing it up the ice. This is Strachan. Brown is 41. The interception there is good from Brandt, and Basingstoke getting in trouble here. And Bob alongside me, it just seems to me that Bracknell are giving Basingstoke no chance at all to settle.
The forecheck, we speak about forechecking. A little bit of a slip up there deep in Basingstoke's zone, but Chris Brandt right on top of that play. He's on the forecheck. He does not want to give the Basingstoke defense any opportunity whatsoever to set up.
That's Jim Fairchuck, the Bees coach, who hails from Edmonton, Alberta, and certainly he'll be a happy man. 5.5 minutes gone here, and his team leading by a goal to nil. This is Weinrich round behind his own net, but great interception and nearly another goal. That effort there from Brian Pellerin, and it only just missed the far post there as he almost caught Bill Morrison unawares round behind the net, but it's up to the other end, and this time it's knocked down by the goaltender Mark Bernard this time for the Bracknell Bees. End-to-end stuff now. The icing call is going to take that right up to the far end of the rink, and the face-off is going to be deep in the Basingstoke Bison territory, and a few queries there as to why that happened.
Again, pressure in the offensive zone, eh, Tony? You can see what's happening there. Bracknell jumping on top of Basingstoke, not allowing them to settle in their own zone, putting pressure on them all the time. Make them move that puck.
Well, we got Rob Stewart back on point here. They can get it back to him, but no, it's Basingstoke coming away. Good skating there by Merv Priest. He's got Doug Sinclair to his right. The pass goes astray. The danger cleared up the ice by Rob Stewart. And the big defenseman here is Weinrich. Jason Weinrich chasing back his first Benson Hedges game. He didn't play in the group matches for Basingstoke. This is Doug Sinclair. Great pass out from Sinclair, not controlled by Merv Priest. I think he felt the shadow of Rob Stewart there. Big bustling chance here. 19 is Junkin, flipping the puck deep into the Basingstoke zone. Round behind the net, it's chased by Jamie Black. Black setting his team away. Fine skating there by Blake Knox. Into the corner though, 39 is Butchis, the goal scorer for Bracknell. Come away, this is Wayne Butchis again. Can he get the shot away? Does, right to the far side. Puck held up there. Ellis piles in. Clearance there for Basingstoke from 22 Mike Wagstaff. And the icing call as Wagstaff flips it right up the ice, easing the pressure and allowing a breather for the players on the ice, but I don't think we're going to see any line change. They're happy people here at Basingstoke, but at the moment not so happy with that scoreline. Basingstoke Bison 0, Bracknell Bees 1, and that team of players is not too happy with the way things are going in the first 7 minutes.
Basingstoke in their own home rink, obviously trying to take advantage of that. Are struggling a little bit early in this game.
Vicious shot there, sorry Bob. Vicious shot from Shane McCosh going in there, but just over the bar, and he put it a little bit high there. Cover. That looked to be across two lines as Wagstaff collects it, but marvellous skating here and a chance for Little. But great defensive work by the Bees, but Chris Mabry back in at 16. Fires the puck across the crease, but the cover is good from 33 for Bracknell. That's Jason Coles. Puck is far back into the corner. Would have been an offside call if Basingstoke got possession, but away. And Chris Brandt is 25. Going on the skate, still in possession. Lovely interception. Brandt can't get it back again. This time it's Basingstoke clearing the danger, and good skating by Redmond. Redmond has a man outside him. Chance here and great cover there from Bracknell Bees, number 27, Joe Ferriccioli. He prevented the shot from the blue line. Spotted his man well and kept skating with him. Ferriccioli passes out. Brandt's going to chase this. This is Steve Brown. Redmond on the right wing. Good passing here. Good interpassing by Basingstoke. Anthony Page is number 14. This is Rick Strachan. Strachan fires the puck into the corner. Conway is 10. He's taken into the boards. Round behind his own net for Bracknell goes James Bugden. Ferriccioli giving some rough treatment there. Still getting the puck away to Brandt. Here comes Bracknell once again. Just under 9 minutes gone. This is Chris Brandt. Good skating from him, but good cover indeed by 27 for Basingstoke there, who's Jamie Black. Bob, you were talking about the forechecking here of the Bracknell Bees, but it's certainly telling and pushing Basingstoke back time and time again.
Well, they've got a lot of depth and strength on their bench now, you know, and they're taking advantage of that.
Well, we've got a penalty call, in fact, as that shot goes in. The referee playing the advantage for the time being, and we're going to get a power play coming away of the Basingstoke Bison, I think, here.
Bit of a tripping call happening. Basingstoke just going into the zone there, getting that shot away. But they'll go on the man advantage now with a tripping call made by Matt Folka.
Well, the man into the box is Matt Cote. Matt, who's made a record number of appearances for his club, and he's played 33 times in the Benson & Hedges Cup for Bracknell, but he's got to sit out a couple of minutes.
Matt Cote, a tremendous defensive player for the Bracknell Bees, been around a long time, and a great guy for blocking shots. He really likes those goalkeepers.
Well, the shots that are going in from Basingstoke at the moment, there haven't been too many on target, and certainly the chance going begging there as Steve Brown failed to keep his stick down and allowed the puck to come out of the zone, but they're going to build again. 4 is Rick Strachan, mounting the power play for Basingstoke. And in front, fired in around the corner. That's Richard Little. This is Strachan, number 4. Blake Knox is 7. Knox is going to get into position, but again, Stewart providing the clearance, and we're going to get a penalty call here, I think. Referee Matt Folka is right on the ball here, and we're going to get a double power play, I think, is coming the way of Basingstoke here, because I think we're going to get a second man from Bracknell Bees going into the penalty box, and this time I think it's going to be Chris Brandt is certainly having a say.
Chris Brandt picking up a 2-minute penalty for high stick.
In fact, the penalty is called on Rob Stewart, the Bracknell captain, and we're going to have 5 against 3, a double power play here, and there's still 1 minute and 15 seconds of the first one, so there's going to be some 75 seconds of 5 on 3.
Watch for the Basingstoke Bison to get into the Bracknell zone, settle the play down and set it up. Wait for that right opportunity to get that ideal shot on the goalkeeper.
Double power play the way of Basingstoke, and now all they've got to do surely is push the puck around. Out it comes. This is Rick Strachan to the blue line. First shot goes in. Goaltender there. Mark Bernard is equal to it. Mark Bernard could face a battering over the next few minutes.
Again, Basingstoke just setting the play up. They're waiting for that right opportunity. Not as much pressure on them there. Rick Strachan, lots of time. Try and get someone in front of that goalkeeper, obstruct his view, and get that shot away and hope that there's a rebound. In this case, Bernard makes a great save and no rebound.
Into the corner goes the puck. It's 5 against 3, and there's still 53 seconds remaining of this double power play. Brown, can they get in position? Lovely save there again. Mark Bernard is earning his corn here. Another shot, brilliantly knocked down there. That shot going in from Steve Brown. Mark Bernard is reading this well. Until now, very few shots. There's another one. He's saved no fewer than 3 shots in a spell of 10 seconds there. He's hot stuff at the moment, this Bracknell keeper. Good work defensively, and another one, and another one. Well, the Bracknell goal is under siege at the moment. This is Strachan for Basingstoke. Can they get the shot away? Playing it around. Brilliant work by that Bracknell defence. 77 there is Shane McCosh. It's out to 41, Steve Brown. Chris Brandt delivering a heavy check there, but losing his man in the process. Again, the puck right across goal. They've got 4 men back now, but still there's time. 36 seconds remaining on the power play. Seconds counting down. Basingstoke getting frustrated. This is Strachan. Right across to the far side. Brown. Heavy body check delivered on him again by Chris Brandt. "16 seconds remaining on the penalty, and this is Matt Cote. Cote having had the rest in the penalty box, but now counting down on that power play. waiting for Rob Stewart, the Bracknell captain, to come on. And what an effort that has been to survive a double power play, and then a power play, but still the attack goes. And again, that goaltender, Mark Bernard, he is hot indeed tonight there.
Bernard doing a great job in that penalty-killing situation to help his side, and he certainly had some very quality shots made against him, but he came up with that big save. You need hot goaltending if you're going to be in the game.
Just over 7.5 minutes remaining in the first period. It's still 1-0 to the Bracknell Bees. Remember, the second leg will be at Bracknell. 20 is Redmond coming away for Basingstoke. He gets the shot away. Again, Bernard is equal to it. Bugden picks up the puck, fires it round the boards, comes back off the plexiglass. And again, Basingstoke come forward, but that's good work there, and the danger cleared. But again, Basingstoke are going to mount it. Here comes Redmond. And waiting on the point, that's across 2 lines there. And that pass right across the far side to Merv Priest. But Mark Bernard there, 9 shots, no goals. 8 of those shots, I think, powering in on a power play situation. But he needs and well deserves that drink.
I'll tell you, they were just teeing him up as they got in there. But Bernard doing a great job. Look at how he comes out of that net. Little or no rebounds. He's just being sure about everything that's happening to him, clearing that zone properly.
Brilliant goaltending. This is Stewart, the captain, the server of one of those penalties for Bracknell. Bracknell will be pleased, I think, with the way this is going at the moment. Bill Morrison not quite knowing where that is, and nearly another shot piling into him. 22 is Miola for Bracknell, firing it round the boards. This time Basingstoke clear it, but you can see how influential that Chris Brandt is, because he's on the puck again, leaving it for 27. Joe Ferriccioli. This is Brandt again with a shot. Ferriccioli, Stocky, good stick handler. In goes the shot, well taken by Bill Morrison there. Well, Joe Ferriccioli is certainly showing his worth there, and perhaps deserving the rest. Power play goals, well, there we are. Basingstoke Bison, none on 2 power plays. Bracknell Bees, none on 1. The only goal coming to the Bees in a 5-on-5 situation, and their goal scorer there was Wade Buckshis. Well, look at him. He's a youngster, and he's going to show us what he thinks of this. They're happy. Perhaps they come from Bracknell. Matt Cote. Many games for the Bracknell Bees. 30 years old from Ottawa, his 7th season with the club. Well, there's the goaltending the other end. 6 shots have rained in so far. And Bill Morrison, he's conceded 1 goal. Go Bison, go on the far side. They'll have to at the moment, because it's 1-0 to the visitors from Bracknell. Over 6 minutes remaining on this first period. Remember the first leg of this Benson and Hedges quarter-final. This is Kevin Conway. Great chance for Conway. Once again, Bernard getting to the angle and covering it well. Chance here though. 1, 2 more. That goaltender. They're bouncing about all over the place. I can't believe this.
He's coming up trumps. He's doing everything he possibly can, but Kevin Conway, that old fox, he's always around that net, isn't he? He's always creating scoring opportunities.
Shot fired in this time off target. The shot going in from Jamie Black, who's yet to score in the Benson and Hedges for Basingstoke. Fired around by Page. Sinclair's going to trace around the far side, take advantage of any mistake. There isn't one here from James Bugden. Bugden clips it out, brought down by Conway. End-to-end stuff. Lovely work there by Pellerin. Brian Pellerin, the 26-year-old from Alberta, in his first season for Bracknell. But this is Basingstoke coming away. Andy Einhorn, giant Swedish-born defenseman. Oh, and Bernard almost making a rare mistake there and leaving the goal open, but the cover from his other defenseman. This is Einhorn, though, firing the shot in, knocked down. Bernard, reaction stuff behind his net there. Tougher stuff coming in now. Maybury and Addison to the corner. Referee Matt Fogwood just watches. 2 against 1, Murph, Priest, Chris Chard. Oh, this time it's in. This was put in on the edge of the crease there. Great work there. Some of the rough stuff came in. And for my money, it looked as if that goal went to Chris Mabry in the end.
It was only going to be a question of time here. Basingstoke applying constant pressure. The puck coming off on a deflection. In front of the net, Knox doing a great job. You've got to throw that puck into traffic. That's what he does with it. A little touch, and it's in under Bernard.
Goal number 1 for the Basingstoke Bison, scored by number 21, Murph Priest.
Well, they've given the goal there to Murph Priest, but for my money, it looks as if Chris Mabry got the final touch there, and maybe we'll get a correction on that. I think our pictures may show that it counts to Mabry.
Well, he was right in front of the net, right in front of that action. As I said, you dump that puck in front of the net, anything can happen.
Well, Murph Priest is the man they've given the goal to, but Blake Knox did the work, and I think the final touch went in from Chris Mabry. But when we get a second look at it, Bob, maybe we'll find out. Anyway, what really matters is it's been Basingstoke Bison 1, Bracknell Bees 1. The visitors taking the lead. Now, Mark Bernard finally giving way to pressure. That's the... This is Chris Chard, number 11. Chard battles round behind the net. Good work there by Richard Little, number 9. And again, great work by Mike Bernard, the goaltender. Well, in the end, Bernard gave vent to pressure. And Murph Priest there. Let's have another look at the goal with Bob.
There's the puck coming out from Blake Knox. I'd have to say that's number 16 in front of the net there. Mr. Maybury. He's the guy that taps the puck in. Although a former teammate of mine, Murph Priest, he's been working very hard tonight, and I'm sure that sometimes if a player doesn't score that goal, he will go over to the official, the referee, and he'll make that change. So we'll see if that happens as the game goes on.
Well, certainly according to our records, it's Chris Mabry that got that goal, and our cameraman deserves the credit for picking that up, and certainly has a bit of advantage over the referee. We can look at it again. Well, Chris Mabry signed during the close season, his first season for Bracknell Bees and for Basingstoke Bison, rather, 23-year-old from Beverly, Massachusetts.
One of these great American college players, gone on to do a great job, got a college education and moved on to play in the professional ranks.
Just over 3.5 minutes remaining, 1-1 in this local derby. Remember, it goes over 2 legs. Forced back on defence once again. This is Rob Stewart, the captain for Bracknell Bees. This is Stewart, captain for Bracknell. Offsides, a marginal decision here. A chance to look at the scoring percentage. 1 goal from 14 shots for Basingstoke Bison. That's a 7% record. The Bees 1 from 6, 17%. So there we are. The Bees are more effective, but certainly we can see there's Peter Woods, the Basingstoke Bison coach and Great Britain coach, of course. And I don't know whether he'd be a worried man at the moment. Might he be expected to be in front by now?
Well, I think he's quite happy with a 1-1 scoreline, but one of the things he's probably disappointed with, Tony, is that 5-on-3 advantage where they never took the situation to hand and got themselves a goal.
Well, there was some marvellous goaltending there by Mark Bernard. Big pile up right in front of the boards. Some tough stuff going here. And more there as Ellis sends his man. Bernard, though, as the puck is taken forward by Blake Knox. And Bernard was equal to that. More big stuff. This is Butch's scorer for Bracknell Bees goal, number 39. Another shot and a second goal for Wade Butch's. Gets his second goal of the game, number 39, to put the Bracknell Bees in front. It's Basingstoke Bison 1, Bracknell Bees 2, and Wayne Butch's is celebrating.
This is where he should have been stopped, but he catches Andy Einhorn a bit flat-footed, enables Wade Butchess to get that shot away, and boy, he makes no mistake.
Well, they're celebrating, those fans from Bracknell, and Wade Butchess is certainly celebrating the 28-year-old who comes from Prince Albert in Saskatoon. Played in Norway and was once a draft for the Hartford Whalers, I think. Basingstoke coming back. This is Chris Chard, number 11. Hefty stuff into the corners. No quarter asked and none being given so far. This is Chris Brandt firing into the corner. Shot across goal and almost deflected in by Joe Ferriccioli. Brandt forces it up to the corner. Brandt is going to win this. Heavy check there goes in from Stratton. Basingstoke come away. Down in front of us here, this is Chris Chard. Good stick handling. Little just avoids the offside. In the end, the official's going to call it if they win possession, but they don't. Ferriccioli taken high there, puts his helmet back. This is Brandt. Chris Chard, Richard Little on the far side. And there's a penalty going to be called here because the referee saw what I did, I think, and that was Richard Little being taken almost round the head. It's going to be a cross-checking call and going to be a power play the way of the Basingstoke Bison. I think the man going to the box will be Peter Romeo for holding.
A lot of the players, they try and prevent the other players, if you like, or the offensive players from getting into the offensive zone, and that's what Romeo is trying to do there in that situation. He just held up Rich Little a little bit too much for Matt Folka's liking. Of course, he goes in on the holding call.
And for my money, the third power play coming the way of the Basingstoke Bison, and maybe they'll capitalise on this one.
If you're going to win games, you've got to capitalize on your specialty team situations. Take advantage of them.
Well, the officials are going to change the men taking the face off. Power play then the way of the Basingstoke Bison. Puck's brilliantly cleared out here, and could we get a short-handed goal? No, in fact, it was an error which almost would have provided the break. Stewart, though, with a poke check on the edge of the blue line, puts it clear. This is Kevin Conway. Merv Priest is in front of him. This is still Conway. Great cover there, going in from Matt Cote. Heavy stuff on defence. Kicked away by Bernard. Puck cleared out of danger by the Bracknell Bees. Fired him back by Weinrich. Oh, and big stuff here. Blake knocks to the goaltender, Mike Bernard. Bernard vacating his goal. That could have been dangerous for the Bracknell Bees. Again, Bernard is in to do it, but there's the equaliser. That's put into the net. A great bundle in front of the goal. And this time the final tip in from the man that was lying on his back was Merv Priest. Certainly got that one. There's no doubt in my mind that the scorer of that goal, I think, was this time.
I'm impressed with this Basingstoke side because they're so quick, capitalizing in front of that net. And once they get the opportunity deep in the offensive zone, they're just all over that puck. Bernard committed there, he goes down, and Merv Priest shoves that in the empty net.
Well, at last a power play goal coming in the way of the Basingstoke Bison. It's Basingstoke Bison 2, Bracknell Bees 2. Quite a period of ice hockey with the clock running down, 40 seconds remaining now. This is Steve Brown, 41. Great forechecking there going in from Mike Ellis. Here come the home side. Kevin Conway's over this side to take advantage of any slips. Powered in there by Merv Priest. Certainly scorer of one of the goals, according to the referee, both of them, but not according to our action evidence. 10 seconds counting down. This is Redmond for Basingstoke. Great work. There goes the hooter, ending a memorable period in this local derby between Basingstoke Bison and the Bracknell Bees. 2 goals for Bracknell, first of all, 1 in front and then 2-1 in front from Wade Butchess. The goals coming from Chris Mabry and Merv Priest for the Basingstoke Bison, levelling twice. The first period has ended Basingstoke Bison 2, Bracknell Bees 2. Yes, you join me with the score 2-2 starting this second period. I can tell you, in fact, it was Blake Knox that scored the first Basingstoke goal because it was the Bracknell defender that put it in. That counts to him. So it's Blake Knox and Merv Priest, the two that counted for the home side, and Wade Bookshis got both for the Bracknell Bees. 2-2, and we're underway with the second period here. And now that is Kevin Conway clearing the danger as Basingstoke come away. And once again, picked up. Shot comes across there by their skipper, Richard Strachan. And cleared away by the goaltender. Good effort there by Mark Bernard. Puck fired into the corner there. This is Kevin Conway. Conway setting away his man. This is Redmond, number 20. Good stick work by him. And Merv Priest chasing this quickly is Anthony Page, picking it up round behind the net, but great defensive cover by the Bracknell Bees, and away they come here. Baracholi. This is Chris Brandt. Brandt has a great opportunity. Oh, good save there by Bill Morrison, the Great Britain goaltender. This is Kevin Conway, bringing it away for Basingstoke, the club's all-time record scorer. This is Brown. Steve Brown, 41, checking back on himself, firing the puck into the corner. Won by Chris Chard. He's robbed in turn, this time by Rob Stewart. Stewart, the captain, brings it away. This is Pellerin, number 11. Blake Knox going to get back to clear, but in fact the danger eventually is going to be cleared here by Blake Knox, who gets a second attempt at it. This is Chris Chard. Here comes Basingstoke. Minute and a half of the period has gone. Blake Knox. Jamie Black is 27. Merv Priest in possession on the left. Kicked away by Mark Bernard, the goaltender, who had such a hot first period. Away comes Bracknell. This is Dave Whistle on this side, skating fast and ahead of him. 19 for Bracknell Bees is Dale Junkin. Dave Whistle fires it round behind the net. Weinrich into the net. Oh, a great chance there, coming the way of Dale Junkin, and somehow just wide of the post. A great opportunity for Bracknell to go in front. Basingstoke Bison 2, Bracknell Bees 2. Puck fired out of the danger zone. We're going to get an icing call here. That's going to be taken right back to the Basingstoke end of the rink. Bob Carolla's come around the rink to join me here up in this position, and really it is tied up and it is an evenly matched game.
The teams are playing very, very well, picking up their man. Each guy out there, if you like, are making sure that their man isn't going to get that opportunity that's needed to get that scoring opportunity. Defensive play will be a key factor for both coaches in this second period.
Remember, this is the first leg of the Benson and Hedges quarter-final, and neither of these teams have reached the Benson and Hedges semi-final yet. One will certainly break that this year. Basingstoke in the dark colours on the attack. This is Andy Einhorn for Basingstoke in the light colours on the defence there. 44. It's Mike Ellis for Bracknell, the visitors. 55, Mike Ellis. Wade Buckshis fires it into the attacking zone, gets it back here. 2 goals to his name so far. Goaltender Bill Morrison knocks it down. Worked by Dwayne Newman, 17. 33 for Bracknell, there is Jason Coles. Good stick work by Romeo. And the shot knocked down by Morrison, the goaltender. And Peter Romeo, the 25-year-old from Hamilton, Ontario, put some power behind that one.
Romeo doing a great job there, but I'll tell you the key to that situation is he makes the move, but he lets that puck go right away. That quick release of the shot, that wrist shot, and that's what catches Bill Morrison off guard there. He's got to be alert in that situation because that puck's going for the top corner.
Well, he was alert and he knocked the puck down, but that conceded the face-off, and now Basingstoke come away. Anthony Page is going to have to chase it. It's knocked in by Matt Cote. Puck comes out and a great chance there on the edge of the crease to Dale Junkin, but this is Kevin Conway. Trail pass, Romeo moves away. This is Chris Brandt. Puck takes a deflection high. Joe Faraccioli into the corner. Flicks it out. Can Romeo get the shot away? He can, but it's off target. And This is Basingstoke come away. Conway finds Page on his left. Page gets the slap shot. Bernard knocks it down. Bugden clears the danger. 27 for Basingstoke. Coming back there is Jamie Black. This is Kevin Conway. Conway again. Priest is in front of him. Redmond with the shot. Knocked down. Both sides changing on the fly. Earlier on we had a muddle with too many men in the ice for Basingstoke. We're going to get a penalty call here. Tripping call here, and I think that it's Jamie Bugden who's going to go into the penalty box to create a power play the way of the Basingstoke Bison.
Another power play situation. You don't like taking penalties deep in your own zone like that, but you've got to challenge the player coming out of the corner, and he did a good job on that. Bugden coming out there making that challenge. Unfortunately, just caught him and got the tripping call there by Matt Folka, the official here tonight.
Well, James Bugden, born in Cardiff, but attended university, of course, in Dalhousie, the other side of the Atlantic. Power play the way of the Basingstoke Bison. The worried man there, Jim Fairchild, Bracknell coach. This is Weinrich. Good anticipation here. This is Dave Whistle with the slap shot. Basingstoke going to rebuild here. This is Jamie Black, number 27. Skating well, Blake Knox. Knox on this side. Merv Priest behind him with the trail pass. Back on the blue line is Weinrich. Merv Priest. And into passing. Little waiting on the edge of the crease. Loose puck cleared up the ice by 19 for Bracknell, Dale Junkin.
It's great to see the way the Basingstoke Bison are gaining possession of the puck in the offensive zone and then trying to break down that defensive authority of Bracknell. 2-on-1ing one particular player.
Offside call was marginal there on the far side as Merv Priest took that puck in too late. In front of him was Richard Little in the offside position. 70 seconds remaining on the power play. They've got to be calm with this in this build-up because I had the impression when they had that double one earlier on, Bob, they were a little bit panicky and a bit of a hurry.
As you say, you know when you're in a power play situation, Tony, you can only score one goal, can't you? That nullifies the power play. So you want to get it in the zone, as we say before, settle it down and just sort it out there. Only one chance.
Dancing time here at the Basingstoke Ice Arena. Conway. Number 4 for Basingstoke there. Good work from Richard Strachan. Shot from Conway, knocked away by Bernard. Bariccioli clearing the danger right up the ice. No icing call, of course, because it's Bracknell who are short-handed. And 45 seconds remain now on this power play.
Strict instructions, I'm sure, by the Basin coaching staff. Make sure we key on the player that's good at shooting the puck. Kevin Conway, Rich Little, these kind of players are out there. They're the kind of guys you want shooting the puck in a penalty killing or a power play situation.
I don't think he wanted to shoot the puck there because he went out over the plexiglass. And that's Blake Knox there, off whose stick it went in the end. 28 seconds remaining on the power play. That's Kevin Conway, the captain for Basingstoke. For tonight's game, 96 points in the Benson Hedges Cup. Still with the power play there. That means, of course, 5 out skaters for Basingstoke on the ice against the 4 of Bracknell, trying to keep them at bay. Shot knocked away. Mark Bernard is having a good night. He's led in 2, but for a long while he kept his charge intact. Mark Bernard certainly going well.
Importance of the face-off there. The puck coming back. Steve Brown getting that chance and the shot on Bernard, but he saw it all the way. You've got to get in front of the goalkeeper and try and obstruct his view.
24 seconds remaining on the power play here. Just under 16 minutes of the period remaining. Basingstoke playing the puck around. Can they create space? Good poke away there by the goaltender. This time the high shot. Knocked down and a good clearance there by Matt Cote for Bracknell. This is Rick Strachan, number 4 for Basingstoke, but he's robbed there by Dale Junkin. Dave Whistle. This is Strachan for Basingstoke. Blake Knox. Kevin Conway has Little in front of him. Good stick work, and surely there's going to be a tripping call here. No, they let it go. This is Black. Jamie Black firing the puck up the ice. Chris Brandt, so influential for Bracknell. Going down the boards, shaking off the challenge, getting the puck across. If there had been a touch on that, that would have been a goal. Both sides now back to strength, of course. And McCosh is going to have to chase it back here as his goaltender, Mike Bernard, knocks it down. Mike Bernard has certainly had a pretty busy night. The goaltender here for the Bracknell Bees on a visiting ice rink. 21 shots have rained in on him, and we've only been playing just over a third of the way. 2 goals, a save record of 90.5%.
He's certainly done his job this evening, coming up well and making that very big save when it was needed.
He's made several big saves, I think, tonight. Certainly when he was peppered away on that double power play in the first period. But the face-off to his left. Again, the goaltender knocks that one down, and another face-off in the same place.
Bernie, as he's called by his teammates. This man here, Peter Woods, you'll be looking for a way to beat him.
Peter Woods, the Great Britain coach, and he's going to have some work later in the season trying to get his team qualifying for the Olympics. Basingstoke coming away. 21 is Merv Priest. Mabry's with him. Good stick work from Priest. Getting across the far side, but comes back here and really no great control there shown by Mike Wagstaff, who might have done better. This is Jason Coles for Bracknell, 33. Coles skating in front, but the offside across the 2 lines there as the puck is gathered by Mark Ellis, and he's the man that's in the wrong zone.
Shane McCosh being the last man back there, coming out of his zone, and most of the Bracknell Bees players being ahead of the play there a little bit. If he was to lose that puck, boy, I'll tell you, they were in a lot of trouble because there was no one behind McCosh, and there was 3 Basingstoke Bison on him.
It's up there, goalie. Just over 12 minutes remaining in the period. Just coming up to halfway through the game, and it's still deadlocked at 2-2. Remember, this is the first leg of this quarter-final, and neither of the teams has made a semi-final in this competition yet in their history. One, of course, will change that. Basingstoke in the light colours attacking the goal to our left. This is Matt Cote, the defenseman for Bracknell. Played more times for his club than anybody on the ice tonight. Bariccioli sending Chris Brandt away down the left. Strackland is tracking him. This is Steve Brown, 41, with Newcastle last year. Redmond is number 20, held down by Bariccioli. This is Chris Brandt. Brandt shaking off the attentions of what seemed to be a high stick, but here comes Basingstoke. Redmond failing to gather it in full stride. Losing out in the end, but Conway comes back to cover, number 10, to send Page away, 14. Anthony Page slips his man, and it's knocked down by the goaltender there. Mark Bernard, just about the busiest man on the ice tonight.
Anthony Page, he's a good young skater, and he takes advantage of his opportunity to get that shot away there. There was no one else around him, so he had to let that puck go and try and create the scoring opportunity.
Well, Mark Bernard's getting some honours tonight. He certainly had some in the past.
Very good clutch situation goalkeeper, Mark Bernard, and I'm impressed with him from what we've seen so far, and I'm sure he's going to be a very key clog in this Bracknell Bee lineup as the season goes on.
Amazingly, it was his colleague on the bench, Dave Langford, who got a shutout earlier on in the season in the Benson and Hedges for Bracknell. So they've got 2 talented goaltenders. Well, Bracknell Bees, I think, will be more than delighted if they can get away from this rink with a draw, because already they were beaten in the Benson and Hedges here earlier in the season, beaten 4-2 by Basingstoke last time out here in the Benson and Hedges qualifying group.
Of course, this is the first leg, isn't it? You know, they're taking this and the result home with them for that second round. So if they can come up with a draw or whatever, you know, that'll put them in good stead going into that second round.
Face off then just outside the Bracknell defensive zone. Sinclair, 16 coming away. Is Rob Stewart for Bracknell. The clearance sending Basingstoke away. We could have a chance here. Great skating. This is Chris Chard. He's got a man on this side who's Blake Knox. Knox for the touch. Brilliant save by Bernard. Most fluid move we had in this period. And Blake Knox might have scored his second goal of the game. This time there's no doubt it would have counted to him. But Bernard was equal to it. The goaltender is having a hot night. 7 is Blake Knox again. The official waving on the icing call as Merv Priest appears to hold down his man there, who in turn grabs his stick. And Rasta coming here. This is Richard Little. Big Andy Einhorn, the big Swedish defenseman, the suspension last season. This is Chris Maybury, 16 for Basingstoke. Appears to be trick. Referee Matt Volker shakes his head. Einhorn goes down the boards. Little's on this side for the loose puck. Good interception there for Bracknell by Shane McCosh. And now a bit of calm before the stall. This is 55, Mark Ellis playing the puck in. Offside waved on, good cover there by the Jamie Black for Basingstoke, and Bracknell could have had problems. 39, it's Wayne Butchess. Oh, and nearly completing his hat-trick. Wayne Butchess has had a great night, 2 goals already. That was nearly number 3.
He's ever so dangerous. I mean, you know, he gets those opportunities. He's got a great nose for in front of that net.
Well, he nearly did again there, but this time Bill Morrison was equal to it. Scrambled in front of the net, and twice we come close to getting a hat-trick there for Wade Butchess. The icing call in the end, but I think we're going to get a penalty call here, aren't we?
Behind the play, big Andy Einhorn's going to find himself cooling his heels for 2 minutes on a cross-checking call. One thing about these players, you've got to watch that referee doesn't clear the zone, because he sees all these little things happening.
Well, we've seen some action here, and a first-class save once again just a few moments ago.
The puck coming into the zone, crossing away. Mr. Bernard's right there. Blake Knox trying to get that puck upstairs. But you got to look at the way that Mark Bernard stacks his pads and gets front of that puck with his whole body.
Well, Andy Einhorn's in the penalty box now, and that means that there's a power play the way of Bracknell, and there's the shot going in from Chris Brandt, and there's the save with his knees by Bill Morrison, the Great Britain goaltender. Bit of pressure being put on Basingstoke, but this time the clearance there, way out the ice. It's them a breather. Steve Brown fearing the danger. Bracknell are going to mount again. They're on their second power play of the game. Let's see if they can make this count. Dave Whistle firing it right. 16 is Rob Stewart. Stewart gets it back. Joe Faraccioli. Nobody on the edge of the crease, and here comes short-handed Basingstoke. Puck kept in, mistake, 2-on-1 situation. A great chance here. Bill Morrison is equal to that, the goaltender. Joe Faraccioli probably should have made more of that one. Peter Romeo. In the end, great defensive work by Basingstoke. Got to make the power play count. Counting down on the power play, just over 1 minute remaining, and that man, Bill Morrison, busy at the moment.
Well, the Bracknell Bees on this power play, and they want to take advantage of that. They know that these specialty team situations only come once in a blue moon, especially in a tight game. So let's take advantage of it. But they're not slowing it down. They're not taking their time in the zone. They seem to be rushing the puck a little bit excited perhaps. Control it, slow it down. You'll get your scoring opportunities. You have a man advantage.
And 65 seconds to take advantage of that man advantage. Puck fired around the boards there by Rob Stewart. Basingstoke, though, try to clear the danger. In the end, again, it's kept in by Stewart, who's having quite an influence on this. This is McCosh. Number 77, Dale Junkin around the boards. Joe Faraccioli. That's Wade Butchess scored 2 goals against the boards. With another penalty here, I think another puck taken outside of the zone for the stick being held too high. In fact, right up to the far end of the ice. And with 35 seconds remaining on the power play, I'm sure that Bracknell will want to get it out as quickly as possible and up to the other end of the ring.
Yeah, Rob Stewart won't be happy. Basingstoke trying to clear the puck out of the zone. Puck going up in the air, but it's knocked down by a stick above the shoulder. Matt Folka right there making that call. Of course, the faceoff goes deep down into Bracknell territory.
And now Bracknell can get it out of there. Merv Priest is forechecking for Basingstoke. This is McCosh. Surely there's not side call. Now they wave it on here. Wade Butchess is on the puck. He's taken into the boards quickly by Jamie Black. Dale Junkin is 19. Can they build? Butchess. Blake Knox clears the danger. Merv Priest in front of him. Knox is this side. Could we have a short-handed goal here? Chance goes begging again. The goaltender's hooked up in his own net. Can't get out. And the officials, as they get back to strength now, and away to our left. Well, Mark Bernard has almost strangled himself in those goal nets.
It looks as though Tony, which would be very detrimental to the Bracknell side if he's hurt himself a little bit. He got knocked into the back of that net there on that last short-handed rush by Merv Priest. The shot coming. It didn't go as a Basingstoke player, and he may just hit himself against the pipework there. Blake Knox going in with a full head of steam. Driving for the net, as you should. But it's dangerous even in the nets, isn't it?
Call that a bum steer?
Call it something, but Mark Bernard has been busy throughout this game, and he'll take advantage of this opportunity to try and cool things down, regain his composure and his breath, and be rested and come back into this play well. He stayed focused all night long, and he'll want to keep that way.
Well, referee Matt Folka having a word with him there. Matt, the second week running on Sky. He was in charge of our game at Sheffield last week. He's over from British Columbia. He's a golf greenkeeper. That's his trade.
Well, it gives him an opportunity to especially do that in Canada, where you can, you can work on the golf course in the summertime and you can referee ice hockey in the winter.
Well, this is his winter time. Chris Chard, number 11, taken into the boards there. Great body check by Matt Cote. It was tough. It was hard. Chris Brandt brings it out. Peter Romeo trying to set his team away. This is Brandt knocking it down. Heavy check there by Mike Wagstaff. Basingstoke coming away. Just beating the offside call there. Lovely body check. Marvellous hip check there by Matt Cote. We don't see those cleanly hit too often, Bob, but that was a big hit. Lovely body check by Matt Cote.
That's a great play by Mr. Matt Cote, isn't it? Because the puck went one way, but he made sure that he took the body of the Basingstoke player. Great defensive play.
And the puck finishing up over the plexiglass and out for safety. Just under 6 minutes on the period remaining at Basingstoke Bison 2, Bracknell Bees 2. And there's the overworked Mark Bernard. Let's have a look at that big body check from Matt Cote.
You try and get the lateral movement of the defenseman, and not very often do you see a good old-fashioned hip check there. And that's what Matt Cote came up with. He's just a stalwart on that Bracknell defense. He's always in there making those big plays.
Had the feeling that they felt that one all round the ring. Face off then to the right of goaltender Mark Bernard. Black fires the puck into the corner. Jason Coles is 33, sending it round the boards. But again, it's knocked down by the goaltender Mark Bernard. Still territorially end-to-end stuff, and that even Stevens on the play during this period, Bob.
Both teams applying a lot of pressure, letting the puck do the work, gaining the red line if you like, and dumping the puck into the offensive zone. Explicit instructions by both coaching staff, I'm sure.
Well, Jim Fairchuck there certainly keeping calm, keeping cool, and not even getting a hair out of place so far. This is Maybury getting back, but he's hooked down surely there by Wade Butchess. The goaltender's going off as the penalty's called. Bill Morrison went to the bench, but I think you'll find that it's Wade Butchess that's going to go. Holding penalty for Wade Butchess, and that's going to create a power play the way of the Basingstoke Bison.
Perhaps a little bit Too aggressive by Wade Butch's there as he hauls his man down. Just trying to make the move on Mr. Maybury there, not wanting him to get that head of steam up and come back up the zone. And of course, a man known for his offensive skills is now sitting in a penalty box for 2 minutes.
Well, he's got 2 minutes there and 2 goals tonight. I think he'll think he deserves that little drink, but his team may feel they could have done better with the full complement of players on the ice. Another power play, the way of Basingstoke Bison, their 5th of the game. This is Strachan. Can they take advantage? A double power play early on in the first period. They couldn't take advantage of that. This is Dave Whistle. Nearly a short-handed goal the way of Bracknell. If Whistle had put that one on target, well, who knows?
Boy, there's a cardinal error in the Basingstoke defensive zone. You never pass the puck across the ice in a defensive zone like that. Too much anticipation and the opportunity to intercept and get that clear shot on goal, as you saw.
Well, there was a shot on goal going in from point from Rick Strachan, and surely, for my money, Mark Bernard couldn't have seen that. Somehow managed to block it and keep it back. Power play counting down on the right-hand side of your screen there. 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining. The man advantage for Basingstoke. Rick Strachan is number 4. Kevin Conway's coming back here. This is Brown. 16 for Bracknell Bees, the captain Stewart. It's back to point here and a chance here. Strachan, can he get the shot away? Fires it over the far side. Goal is getting overcrowded there and eventually the danger cleared up the ice. Just over 40 seconds remaining on this power play. Joe Fariccioli trying to forecheck well there. This is Chris Chard. Can he get the shot away? Good defensive cover by Bracknell. Seconds counting down on yet another power play. 27 is Jamie Black. Bringing the puck out. To his left here is Richard Little, number 9. Good defensive block there by Matt Cote for Bracknell. Here comes Chris Brank. Could we get a short-handed goal as the penalty comes down? Great opportunity here and great save as the bodies finish up in the net. Back to strength as Wade Butchers comes back onto the ice. And once again, the power play statistics there remain blank in terms of being in favour of the Basingstoke Bison. A 2-on-1 situation almost provided a short-handed goal as the man was about to come back on the ice. And Basingstoke have got to build again. Puck fired up in the corner. Basingstoke clear it up the ice. Icing call here, and there's the power play record so far. Basingstoke Bison have scored 1 goal in 5 power plays. Bracknell Bees in 2 power plays have failed to score. We've had 7 power plays in the game so far, and one of them in favour of the Basingstoke Bison was a double with 5 men against 3.
I think the Basingstoke Bison perhaps are overworking that puck a little bit on the power play. They're trying to get the puck deep in the zone. Of course, Bracknell just clutching together and plugging the front of that net up and not giving Basingstoke those quality shots on goal.
Chris Maybury is 16, coming away for Basingstoke. Good stick handling, taken into the boards by the hard-checking Matt Cote once again. And this is Jason Weinrich coming back for Basingstoke. The pass is awry. James Bugden is number 7 for Bracknell. Bracknell trying to find time to build. Basingstoke, though, in turn, forechecking well. This is Richard Strachan. This is Kevin Conway. Playing it about, again across to Strachan. Strachan taken down hard, a really big, heavy body check delivered up on the red line there. He's felt that one. And we'll do with the rest as the puck goes out over the plexiglass. But we've seen some big hitting tonight, Bob, and American-style hockey a little bit.
The guys are taking the body out there, and you know, that's part of the game. You know, when you're going into a corner and you're working hard for a puck, you've got to make sure that you've either got the puck or you've got the body. In this case, we've got the body.
Well, some hard hitting going on here, and I think Matt Folger, the referee there, sharing a joke. The players of both sides. But, Certainly with 1 minute and 42 seconds remaining. We may not have had many goals in this period, but we've certainly had some big hitting.
It has. It's been very, very tight defensively. Both teams coming up well. Some great goaltending saves as well.
All to play for in this Benson and Hedges quarter-final. Remember, this is the first leg. Even if it finishes level, there won't be overtime tonight, but if it was level at the end of the second leg on aggregate, of course we would. That yet to come. This is the first leg. Jason Coles is 33. For Bracknell, but Basingstoke keep it in. Jamie Black is number 27, but here come Bracknell. The dark strip playing from left to right in front of us. Shot from Butchis, almost creating hat-trick for the lively player. What a good night Wade Butchis has had, the 28-year-old from Prince Albert in Saskatoon. Also played in Norway and was drafted by Hartford Whalers, but there he is. 2 goals already tonight, and that could have been almost number 3. Basingstoke Bison 2, Bracknell Bees 2. That's the Bracknell bench there, and he knows, he seems to be enjoying his night, doesn't he? First season in British ice hockey. 2 goals already tonight. His last period was in the penalty box. Of course, had a power play for the Basingstoke Bison that came to nothing. Just over a minute remaining then in this second period. Neither of these clubs, as I said before, have actually reached a Benson and Hedges semi-final before, so that's got to go somewhere. Another big hit there. Stewart fires the puck in, no offside call. Peter Romeo's in front. Gathers possession. Good cover though. Basingstoke by Merv Priest. Almiola. Just under 40 seconds remaining. This is Chris Brandt firing it into the corner. Joe Faraccioli. Great chance. Collides with the net, and here comes Basingstoke. 4-on-3 situation, they could do it. Merv Priest with the puck. Offside call as Priest hesitates. And the men go in too, in fact, went in too early for him. And disappointment there. Another change of lines, probably the last one with just 20 seconds remaining on the period. Referee Matt Folk has had a busy game. He too could do with the rest between periods. The face-off is going to be just outside the Bracknell defensive zone. Can somebody break the deadlock? Clock counting down. Can we get another shot? Good cover there. That's Strachan. 41 is Steve Brown, working hard on defence for Basingstoke. Strachan with the cover, just 5 seconds remaining now. There goes the hooter at the end of the period, a period that hasn't produced any goals, that has produced some tight and heavy defensive hockey, some real heavy body checks. Remember, first period goals from Knox and Priest for Basingstoke, 2 from Wade Butchis for Bracknell, made it 2 all going into that period. We've had plenty of action during the period, but no further goals. We go into the last period at Basingstoke Bison 2, Bracknell Bees 2. Well, we may not have had many goals in the second period, but we certainly had plenty of action. All the goals so far at Basingstoke 2, Bracknell 2, came in the first half, in the first period. Blake Knox and Merv Priest scoring for Basingstoke, and Wade Butchis getting both of them for the Bracknell Bees. And now it's Bracknell on the attack. Bracknell in the dark colours playing towards our left in this final period. The light colours being worn by Basingstoke, course, who are playing from our left to right. Face-off now deep in the Bracknell defensive zone. The face-off then to be taken by Blake Knox for Basingstoke. If he can get this back to the draw, he's got men back on point, could take advantage. Puck forced out of the defensive zone by Bracknell. This is Rick Strachan, number 4. For Basingstoke. 7 is Blake Knox. Doug Sinclair, the big fellow going in the corner, 44. Almiola delivering a check there. Merv Priest as he went round behind the net. Into the puck held up against the boards but coming loose. Good stick work taking it out. A 3-on-2 situation here, and this is a chance. Dave whistles on the edge of the crease. The puck runs loose. Out it comes once again. Man waiting on the point, comes right across. Almiola is 22. Dale Junkin is 19 for Bracknell as they come forward. Waiting here is Stewart on the far side. And a chance, and it's in the net from Stewart. The referee has given that. And the third goal goes the way of the Bracknell Bees. Rob Stewart's fourth of the season in the Benson Hedges Cup puts the visitors in front. It's Basingstoke 2, Bracknell Bees 3. The opening left on the far side, Rob Stewart getting in. It's too much space left on his near post by Bill Morrison, the goaltender, and into the net it went to give Rob Stewart his fourth B&H goal of the season, and to put the home side behind by one goal. It's now Basingstoke 2, Bracknell 3. Underway, this number 8 is Matt Cote.
Scored by number 16, Rob Stewart.
Hard into the corner. Bracknell will be pleased with this. Bob Carroll alongside me. The first goal in the final period could be a vital one here to give an away victory. A rare away victory for Bracknell in this rink.
Tempo's starting to change, you know, and especially in your own rink. Basingstoke have got to be thinking about that goal scored early, but wasn't that a great play by Rob Stewart to come in and be the offensive defenseman in that situation, see the opportunity and take advantage of it.
But the second time in the game that Bill Morrison has left a little bit of space by his right foot there inside the post. Bracknell fans getting behind their team. It's Peter Rabeo, the big fellow up in the corner there, number 28. This is Chris Brandt. He'll be happy with this. Bracknell literally buzzing like bees around the Basingstoke net, but now having to chase back. Number 8's Matt Cote. Chris Brandt is up front now on this line. Good interception by Anthony Page for the Bison. This is James Bugden. Basingstoke going to have to produce the goods here now. This is Joe Faraccioli for Bracknell. Untidy pass out. For Faraccioli getting it back. Then changing on the fly. Knocked down by Bill Morrison behind his own net. Played away quickly there by Dwayne Newman. Shot. Richard Little eased out of that. This is Jason Weinrich. Chris Mabry playing it in. Number 16. Round the boards to Wade Butchis. Valuable clearance. This is Butchis. Such an influence on this game so far. McCosh is 77, forcing the puck in. Chris Mabry tidying up for Basingstoke and needing to. Coming away with good stick handling here and speedy skating. Mabry held out. Richard Little helping him. Bit of rough stuff in the corner. Being played in splendid spirit at the moment in this game, Bob.
The guys are taking the body and they're working very hard. They're trying to tie one another up. Nobody's going to get away easy in this situation.
Here comes Bracknell on the attack. Butchers is the trailer here, taken down by Richard Little. No penalty called. Comes out to Jason Cole's 33. Brian Pellerin's on this side as the puck's fired into the corner. Jason Weinrich is number 3. They're all changing on the fly. Pellerin slips his man. Great twice, does it 1-2, and chasing in is number 21, Dave Whistle and Chris Chard. Puck far down, and this time knocked down by Bill Morrison. Round behind his net, and a welcome breather. A chance to have a look at the scoring percentages here so far. Basingstoke have scored twice from 29 shots, 7%. The Bracknell Bees, 3 from 17, 18%. A vast difference there, and the scoring percentage really counting in favour of the visitors, Bob.
Bracknell Bees, when they're getting their scoring opportunities, though, they're trying to make them quality chances, and I think that statistic indicates that.
Of course, a bit of a problem that Basingstoke had last year. Many games, I think they had more shots on goal, but simply didn't make them count. Dave Whistle it is, getting round behind the net there for Bracknell. Tough stuff coming out. Bracknell certainly looking a more impressive side in this final period at the moment. Just as I speak, though, Chris Chard on the break for Basingstoke. Good piece of skating there, steps inside, tries to get a chance for Merv Priest. Tough stuff going here. This is Dave Whistle. It's going to be a two-line pass, surely. No, they haven't called that one. This is Merv Priest firing his man away. Flipped in by Chris Chard. Chard taken into the net and taken down there. We're going to get a penalty call here because that was a very heavy check. And I think that referee Matt Volker said enough is enough. Merv Priest is having a say. And if he's not careful here, it's going to be more than 2 minutes going the way of Almiola.
Almiola being a bit perhaps too aggressive there, and the official deciding to make that call, giving him an interference penalty and putting the Basingstoke Bison back into a power play situation.
The sixth power play of the game, I think, coming the way of the Basingstoke Bison now, and the referee is having words with his linesman. I don't think he's very happy with the attitude of Mr. Miola then either, but anyway, it's 5 against 4 on the ice at the moment, and the man advantage the way of the Basingstoke Bison.
As this game progresses, look for Matt Volker to only make the very essential calls here. He's not going to try and give advantage to either one team or the other because of the close scoreline.
Well, it is a close scoreline, a very competitive game. 7 is Blake Knox. Can they build? Can they get the shots on goal? Can they get it past a very lively Mark Bernard? This is Brown. Tidy shot, off target there. This is Chris Brandt. Always out there on the power play situations, whether it's for or against. A little fist flying there as he bumps into Steve Brown. Here comes Basingstoke. 3 against 2. Grant delivering the rough stuff there. This is Richard Little, number 9. Trying to force it out to the blue line. In fact, sending it right back into his own defensive zone to allow a change. Strachan in possession. Junkin forechecking for Bracknell. Knox, chance here for Conway. Kevin Conway has netted the equaliser. That for him is point number 98 in Benson and Hedges hockey. Kevin Conway scoring his 4th Benson and Hedges Cup goal of the season to make it Basingstoke 3, Bracknell 3.
Basingstoke gained the zone so very well, but they've got options. And they put the man that they know is going to be an offensive threat in front of that net, and boy, he just puts that puck upstairs. Now Bernard is going down, and he has got no option in that situation but to get the puck into the top of the net to tie this game up.
Well, great work by Blake Knox setting that up. Knox having had a stick in all 3 goals here this evening. Kevin Conway having a hand in 2 of them, scoring that one to take him on to 98 points all-time in Benson and Hedges Cup matches, and that is something to be proud of. Tied up here at 3-all. Barred in by Wayne Butchis. Bracknell, can they come back? 3 times now Basingstoke have come from behind. 3 times Bracknell have been in front on the home side, battling back. A chance here and great defensive work there. This time for Basingstoke by Jamie Black. Merv Priest failing to control that one. Held up against the boards. Basingstoke Bison 3, Bracknell Bees 3. Just what you expect in a local derby. A friend of mine always used to do local derbies for score draws on the football calls, Bob.
There's an act to this, to these draws, isn't there, Tony? There's no question about that.
Well, of course, in the second leg, it can't be a draw because if it's levelled on aggregate, well, then all hell lets loose into overtime. Dwayne Newman. Mark Bernard is equal to that. It's high, would have gone over anyway, I think, that one. What a problem here with Neil Boniface, the linesman there, has his skate tied up with Chris Brandt's stick.
There's a perfect example of you tying your man up. In this particular circumstance, it was the wrong man, but Chris Brandt has done a great job for the Bracknell Bees. I mean, you know, he's hit everybody in sight out there. He's been a very strong physical presence, and he's had his scoring opportunities as well.
Has the impression Chris Brandt, had he been playing in the Premier League last season, would have been an outstanding player because he stepped down the division last year and back at a much higher level, certainly imposing his strength here.
Well, because he's a big physical player and because there's more depth and challenge in these lineups, a player like Chris Brandt enables himself a little bit more rest on that bench, so you can see that his presence is that much more felt.
Basingstoke though, the light colours coming away. 3 against 2 situation here. Good block now, good defensive work, and now it's that man Brandt again on the break. Man to his left is Peter Romeo, if he can get the pass away. cover, defensive cover this time, though, is by Basingstoke. Good skating there from Mike Wagstaff, firing the puck in, and Mike Bernard is equal to that one.
A very clear message coming from the coaching staff is certainly Peter Woods. Get that puck in the zone, shoot it at the goaltender, and you guys go after it. If there's any sort of a rebound, I want it picked up. But get the puck deep in the zone and try and gain control.
Let's talk about those Peter Woods tactics for a moment, Bob, because last year Basingstoke outshot people many, many times. They simply don't seem to get the rebounds. I mean, this long-range shooting is all very well, but all the time the goaltender holds on to it, you don't get the other chance.
Well, I think you're seeing that more this season when you've got goaltenders, that have perhaps played at a higher caliber. But, if you're given a rebound, you're going to take advantage of it.
Oh, we haven't had too many of those tonight because the goaltending has been of pretty high quality. Richard Little, though, getting back to save his goaltender, having to do anything that time. Here comes Basingstoke. Just under 13 minutes remaining. It's tied up at 3-3. This is Chris Mabry for Basingstoke. Mabry again, robbing Matt Cote. Miola with the cover. And the puck going over the line, and Mabry has put that one in. It just went over the line. Chris Mabry it was, certainly counts on that one. The goal, some people might think came adrift, I don't think so. Certainly for my money, Chris Mabry put that in for his third Benton and Hedges goal of the season to make it Basingstoke 4, Bracknell 3.
Matt Cote, who's been a stalwart, loses that puck in neutral ice and creates this opportunity for Maybury. And for a small guy, watch him drive for the net. Look at that. Boy, I'll tell you, he's got a head of steam up there, and he just keeps pushing forward, hoping that puck's going to go in, and it just crosses the line.
Well, 3 of the goals tonight, Bob, we've had, they've only just crossed the line, haven't they? Just like that one. 3 of them, only just over, but just is enough.
That's right. They don't have to look pretty. All they got to do is cross that goal line.
The Basingstoke Bison in front now for the first time tonight. They've scored the last 2 goals. And certainly now Peter Woods will be a little bit happier with that. This is Kevin Conway. He scored goal number 3. Blake Knox, influential tonight. Basingstoke territorially having a little bit of advantage, but this time good work by Mark Ellis clearing the danger. This is Doug Sinclair. Have a word a minute about this man, Bob, Blake Knox. He's been quite influential tonight. He's worked very, very hard. First season in British hockey. He has played in Europe before. I think he's been playing in Germany. But he certainly looks a busy player.
He's got an American Hockey League pedigree. He's played in the Edmonton Oilers farm system, and he's a very good skater. And anytime you're a good skater, you're going to move around that ice, and be in the play.
What would Jim Farchek be saying, Bob, now the coach to the Bracknell Bees? What will he be saying? If you've got to dig something out, but wait, we'll ask. Let's see if we don't want to miss the chance there, and certainly the goaltender there, Mark Bernard, did not miss the chance. Jim Farchek down on the Bracknell Bees bench. Will he be happy with just a 1-goal deficit, or will he be keen to go back level?
Well, they gained momentum early in this third period to go ahead, but once again, they've got caught up again. They've got themselves in a situation now where they find themselves behind. But the last thing that they want to have happen is let this game open up and go end to end, because they want to concentrate on defensive hockey so that they can take this game close, or if you like, tied, going back into their rink.
And they're the busiest man on the ice. We just saw there Mark Bernard. 33 shots have rained in on him so far tonight, and he's let 4 of them into the net. I don't think he can be blamed for much of that. There he saves another one, shot number 34. Chris Brandt clearing the danger, but Basingstoke firing on the pressure now. Peter Woods has said something to his side, slightly different tactics, I think, Bob, being adopted now, because either that or Bracknell getting a little bit tired, perhaps. But there is Chris Brandt. So impressive for Bracknell, piling in the shots back again. Brandt, number 25, gets it round there. Can we get the shot away? Another shot piled in, almost taking a deflection. And Morrison could hardly have seen that one. The icing call will take the puck back into his defensive zone. Well, there's Chris Mabry. Scoring a vital goal, number 4. third goal in B&H hockey here this season.
Chris Maybury adjusting very well to the British style of game. It's very much early in his career coming into Britain. But, you know, he's done a tremendous job, and he's only going to go from strength to strength and become a more valuable player.
Well, he's just 23 years old. Certainly quite a star in his college days, I believe, back on the other side of the Atlantic. Bernard equal to that one. Halfway through the last period, it's Basingstoke 4, Bracknell 3. Jason Weinrich, number 3 for Basingstoke, has Redmond to his right. Conway's in front of him. Way to his left there, that's Jamie Black. Conway staying calm. Good work from Conway. Great piece of stick handling. Great check on the edge of the blue line there. Referee letting it go. And Grant Pellering trying to beat his man there, Jamie Black. Good defensive work there by the Bees. Redmond helping out. Danger cleared, and Rob Stewart's going to have to come back and collect this. This is becoming a tiring game for these lads. Tough stuff. Puck fighting, a great effort, almost the equaliser from Miola, but a marvellous save there by Morrison, and it's only the second shot of the period for the Bracknell Bees, and it could have provided them with their second goal of the period. Well, now we're going to get a power play the way of the Bracknell Bees, because Rick Strackett it is that's going into the box there for that interference.
Al Miola getting an excellent opportunity and just getting caught short-staffed there by a great save by Bill Morrison's in the Basingstoke net.
Well, Morrison saved, but now Morrison could be under a little bit of pressure here, because the power play is the way of the Bracknell Bees.
There's one thing the coaches do not like. They don't like players being left open like that. Somebody had to have Al Miola there going in and driving for the net. You've got to have a man with you. You cannot be left uncovered deep in the defensive zone.
Just over 9 minutes remaining here. The final period of this first leg Benson Hedges quarter-final. Remember, neither of these sides have yet made a semi-final. One is certainly going to this year, and that will depend now on the second leg, because it's been very tight in this first leg. Tight, defensive, hard-hitting hockey. This is Pariccioli. Cover from Steve Brown. Away come Basingstoke. Dave Whistle with a timely interception there. Richard Little holding onto his stick, it seems. The offside call. Will take the puck up towards the red line. Power play clock just over 1.5 minutes remaining. Peter Woods there, the Basingstoke coach, is certainly saying his piece, and really he'll want them to hold it on to it tight a bit, won't he, Bob?
Play very defensively, fellas, making sure if you're clearing that puck, you try and keep it on the barrier or on the boards. Keep the puck on the board, so it makes it that much more difficult for the Basingstoke side to gain possession.
Well, he got problems with the ice down there, and a little bit of running repairs being done. And that linesman there is Lee Young, who's doing the work. Bob, you get a hole in the ice. How do they repair it then?
Well, you've got a little water out there in the old water bottle, and it's obviously a hole significant enough that the referee feels that it has to be patched. The player catches his skate in there, it could cause him certainly serious injury.
Well, the man conducting the face-off is Lee Young, the linesman. He actually comes from Basingstoke, or from Bracknell rather, but he says that hasn't affected him here this evening. 77 is McCosh. This is the very influential Chris Brand, but Blake Knox robs him. Blake Knox had a fine game. This is Richard Little, number 9 for Basingstoke. Puck collected there for Bracknell by Grant Pellering. One of their new Canadians. Pellering appears to be tripped there by Priest, but we didn't like that. But referee Matt Folker was right on the play, and he didn't think so.
Bracknell must gain a significant offensive chance here. They've got to get that puck over the red line into Basingstoke's defensive zone and try and gain possession.
That penalty clock on the top right-hand corner of your screen counting down. That means just half a minute now on the power play remaining. Pellerin holding the puck. Third power play the way of Bracknell Bees, and they've yet to take advantage and score on a power play. Well, we've got another penalty here, and this time I think we could have a double power play coming the way, or certainly for 18 seconds of it, because disappearing to the box this time is Merv Priest.
When you obstruct the view of a player working for the puck, as you saw it there, it's interference, and that's the call by Matt Folka. Merv Priest sitting 2 minutes there.
Well, we've got 18 seconds remaining now of the first penalty. That being served by Rick Strachan, which means that for 18 seconds there'll be 5 outskaters for Bracknell and just 3 for Basingstoke. The 2 men in the box, Rick Strachan and Merv Priest. This is Stewart. Chance for Dave Whistle. Cover is good. Powerful shot, well saved by goalkeeper Bill Morrison, but still 7 seconds remain of this double power play. Away to my right, Mike Bernard is looking across to see whether perhaps he should come off the goaltender. Great save by Bill Morrison, but I don't think in the first leg they'll be removing many goal minders.
Not at this stage of the game. It's still very, very close, but you see how Bracknell's setting that play up, waiting for that right opportunity.
Well, certainly Rick Strachan is now back on the ice across on the far side, which brings Basingstoke back up to 4, but we've still got over a minute and a half of this power play the way of Bracknell Bees. The 4th power play of the night and still to score under these circumstances. They nearly did there. The right foot of goaltender Bill Morrison kicking that away. This is Rob Stewart, number 16. Shane McCosh is 77. McCosh is going to try and get the shot away as the puck goes up in the air. Knocked down by Dave Whistle. Rob Stewart, rather. Stewart holding on to his man, not popular with the Basingstoke fans. McCosh comes forward again. Romeo, 27 for Bracknell. Charging in there is Joe Faraccioli. Another one bites the dust. Blake Knox clears the danger, but a chance here. In goes another shot. Round behind the net. Puck is loose. McCosh can keep this in, and does. Stewart is on point this side. He's going to get the shot away. Brilliant save by Bill Morrison. His right hand, his catching hand was very, very hot, because that shot from Rob Stewart was powerful.
Now Bracknell Bees keying from the point man, the defenseman on this power play situation. And they got big number 28 there, Peter Romeo, in front of the net. He's 6 foot, 210 pounds, and he's just trying to obstruct that view of Bill Morrison and hopefully get some sort of a deflection or rebound. But boy, is this guy hot on the spot at the moment.
Well, Bill Morrison might have been guilty of allowing that first goal in, a soft one, but since then, well, he's been fairly hot, the Great Britain goaltender. Still on a power play for Bracknell Bees. The seconds counting down, just over 20 seconds remaining. 27 is Jamie Black. The danger cleared. Bracknell have to build again. Rob Stewart being robbed by Richard Little. Chris Branch is going to break. Power play counting down. You can hear it. Back onto the ice. Back to full strength as Merv Priest comes out of the penalty box. And once again, Bracknell are failed to take advantage of the power play. Just over 5 minutes remaining on the match. It's Basingstoke 4, Bracknell 3. Could hardly be closer. And 3 times Bracknell have been in front, and 3 times Basingstoke have come back. Puck held up in the corner. Big check by Richard Little. Chris Brandt taken down. Another penalty call here. And another power play is coming the way of Bracknell. This time number 27, Jamie Black for the Basingstoke Bison, is going to go to the penalty box, I think, for hooking.
He just holds back. Chris Brandt coming out of that corner there in that obstruction situation. And the referee, folks, he sees it. Bracknell very much on the offense there. Bill Morrison just hanging on to that puck. But boy, I'll tell you, Bracknell, they've got 2 guys on that puck. in the offensive zone all the time. They're really trying to add that penetration to get that additional scoring opportunity.
Well, the penalties piling up for Basingstoke during this period, and will they get tired in the end?
These guys, they're going for broke. They know that if they come out of this rink winners or with a tie, they've done their job on the evening. They don't want to go down a goal going back into their own rink.
Well, over on the far side is that man, Chris Brandt, so vital to the power play game for Bracknell. This is Rob Stewart. Puck held up again. Brandt is over this side. McCosh goes in. The danger is cleared this time, and Conway can force it up the ice and does. Good clearance by Kevin Conway, the Basingstoke captain. But with a minute and a half remaining on the power play, here's Chris Brandt on the puck building, number 25, the alternate captain. Long distance shot knocked down by Morrison.
As the game goes on, Tony, the building gets a little bit warmer and that ice gets a little bit wetter. And one of the problems that's facing the Bracknell Bees is they're trying to move the puck around in the zone, and it's bouncing all over the place. So now you see the situation. Chris Brandt, really nothing else to do with it there, but he has to get it into the zone, so he elects to take that big slap shot. But they're not going to go score goals that way. They've got to get the puck into the zone. They've got to settle things down.
Rare rest now, though, for Chris Brandt. Just under a minute and a half remaining. This is Ferriccioli, Canadian-Italian centre. Rob Stewart's on this side if they can get the puck round to him. This is Ferriccioli. Conway again, though. Great interception. Blake Knox clearing the danger up ice. Now the overworked Basingstoke quartet change, all four of them. This is McCosh, 77. Little gives him the check. Stewart fails to hold that in. They've got to build again. Hard work this for Bracknell. Counting down, just over 40 seconds now on the power play. The 7th power play, I think, the way of Bracknell Bees, and they haven't scored. Sorry, the 5th power play for Bracknell Bees, and they haven't scored yet. Chris Brandt is out there again now. Can we get a shot on goal? Stewart. Brandt is this side. Brandt shot, knocked down by the pad of Bill Morrison. Comes out to Dave Whistle. Stewart is with him. So too is Brandt. The angle is narrow. Brandt's shot is powerful, goes right round the boards. Seconds counting down on the power play now in the last 5 seconds, and ready to come back on the ice is Jamie Black, and Basingstoke are back to strength with just under 3 minutes remaining. This is Maybury. The offside call is marginal.
Lots of pressure applied by the Bracknell Bees, and boy, was it physical in front of that net. Boy, big Peter Romeo just standing in front of Bill Morrison, and he was taking a heck of a knocking, but he was going to stand his ground because he knew that that's what he had to do for Bracknell to get this equalizing goal. That's what counted.
Bob, if you'd been Jim Fairchild, the coach for Bracknell, would you be happy going back with a 1-goal deficit into the second leg?
Well, I'd like to see a tie, but, you know, like I said, this is their rink. At least they're in it going back into Bracknell, and that's all that you can hope for.
This is Matt Cote for Bracknell. Hard player robbed by Conway. Can Bracknell pull something back with this? This is Cote again. Men either side. Wayne Butchers is up front. 2 goals to his name. Skips the check. Conway, good work. Redmond, 2-on-1 situation here. Good defensive cover again by Matt Cote. This is Butchis. 7 behind him is Bugden. Offside call would have been marginal. Good work there by Bugden. But the Basingstoke covered. 2 minutes on the game remaining. Both teams changing. This is Richard Little. Brandt is up there. The cover from Stewart as he chases the puck deep into his own defensive zone. Merv Priest is putting him under pressure. Great work here and great skating, and surely a trick there, but no, ignored by the referee. Brandt with a shot just over the bar. McCosh fires the puck back. Heavy check in the corner there. Almost a shot with the danger cleared. McCosh though with the cover. Brandt fires the puck in. Richard Little is number 9 in possession. Chance here, could this be number 5? Good defensive cover, kicked away by Bernard, but we've got a penalty call here, which is going to give Basingstoke a power play, and that will be disappointing for Bracknell. Referee Matt Folker was certainly right on the spot there, and it's Rob Stewart that's going to the box for his second penalty of the game. This is how it happened. Certainly referee Folker read it well, no question about that. And that means for the last 62 seconds of the game, 61 seconds of the game, that Rob Stewart is going to sit it out unless Basingstoke score. That man, Peter Woods, the coach for Basingstoke, he'd be happy with the victory, but one has the feeling perhaps he would have liked it to have been by a bigger margin. Last time these teams played in the Benson Hedges group match here, it was Basingstoke that won 4-2. Tactical thinking here, Jim Farchuk is changing things around a little bit and has called a timeout down in front of us. Jim Farchuk has called a timeout to give a few instructions to his side down in front of us here. And away to my left, Peter Woods is talking to his team as well. That is Jim Farchuk talking to Bracknell. What are we going to do, chaps? Peter Woods to his left. He's got the clipboard out and the big pencil. Drawing a picture of the ice rink and where he wants his men to be. Back on the ice we go. All systems go with 62 seconds remaining, 61 seconds. Power play the way of Basingstoke Bison. Man in the box, Rob Stewart. And he's going to sit it out over there on his own. Referee Matt Folker having a little chat with the goalkeeper Mark Bernard. Richard Little going to get this puck back. Blake Knox does. Brown is away. Kevin Conway making space. Chance here for Brown, and there's goal number 5. Put into the net by Steve Brown, his 4th Benton and Hedges goal. Kevin Conway making the opening. A fine goal created on the power play for the Basingstoke Bison. The finish was clinical from Steve Brown, who was on the edge of the crease. The pass was perfect from Kevin Conway, and Brown there did the rest. In fact, it went through the legs of the goaltender, Mark Bernard. What a great effort by Steve Brown, but what a lovely pass by Kevin Conway to produce a power play goal and make the scoreline Basingstoke Bison 5, Bracknell Bees 3. Point number 99 for Kevin Conway with that assist, and certainly from Basingstoke's point of view, in the final countdown on that second leg, that goal could be vital. But after a scoreless second period, they certainly made up for it in the final period. The goals have been coming, it's been end-to-end stuff. But from 3-2 down, the Basingstoke Bison have come back to lead now 5-3. And it's going to be a tough job for Bracknell in the second leg. This is Chris Brandt. Good skating by Peter Romeo, taking his man out. The seconds counting down. This is Chris Brandt. Could they get a late goal? This is Blake Knox. The 2 sevens against each other. The cover from Bugden. Knox's stick handling is good. This is Conway creating a chance again, and goaltender Mark Bernard is equal to that with 5 seconds remaining. I don't think we're going to have much in the way of goals during these final seconds, but I can tell you that Basingstoke will probably be quite pleased to get away from this game with a lead of 5-3. That man there, Peter Woods, their coach, certainly probably have a smile on his face come the end of the evening. His strategy worked certainly on that power play, and the clipboard that he brought out was certainly the explanation perhaps his players wanted. They're counting down. There goes the slap shot. Yet another save by Mark Bernard to end the night, very much as it started with the goaltender on the alert. We started the third period level at 2-2, but then goals coming away from Basingstoke, from Kevin Conway, from Chris Mabry, and from Steve Brown counted for them. One solitary goal in reply came from Rob Stewart, but penalties in the end counted for the Bracknell Bees. They were expensive for them, and Basingstoke took advantage. To the second leg they go with, in this quarter-final, Basingstoke leading by 5-3.